Today I'm gonna teach you about making graphical user interfaces in Java. Now in this tutorial you're gonna learn about making windows in Java, which will contain different controls in it, like button, checkbox, radio button, then your label and everything. Now this whole tutorial will be split into different parts. This is the first part, in which I'm gonna teach you about making a window, which is called as frame, JFrame in Java. Each window in Java is called JFrame, and we're gonna create a JFrame, and into that JFrame we're gonna drop elements, and elements like buttons, then labels, text box, text area, etc., etc. Okay, so first of all we're gonna import the javax.swing library. Then we have to capture events, like when the button is clicked and all those stuff. So we're gonna import awt java.awt.star and the events, which is java.awt.event.star. Now, as with any other Java file, we have to create a class, public class. Okay, let's make this hello world GUI class. So it's gonna be hello world GUI, right? And open close brackets. And with any other Java program, public static void main string args. Now in here we are gonna have a class constructor. I'll teach you about this in later tutorials of classes. So right now we're gonna have a class constructor, which is hello world GUI. This should be equally same as this. If it's not, then the program will fail to execute. And our class initially will take no arguments, so that and that is our class constructor. Now in the third method in our graphical user interface is the action performed method, which will capture events like click and all the stuff. So action public void action performed. Action event E. So that is our action perform method with the hello world GUI class constructor and the public static void main string args. Now what we want is that as soon as the code is run, the hello world GUI should appear. So we will create a instance of this hello world GUI equals and we have to name that instance, so h2.g, so that's hello world GUI equals new hello GUI. Now since we don't have any arguments in here, we don't put any arguments in here, so that's it. And this is it. Okay, now in the hello world GUI we want our interface to be visible. Now that is going to be a JFrame, so we have to extend this class to a JFrame. So extends JFrame, and also we want our class to respond to click events. Now events is called actions in Java. Hence we need an action listener which will listen to actions like click. So that's going to be action. So hello world GUI extends JFrame and implements action listener. Okay, now we have done almost the part of what we need. Now we want our GUI to be on the screen, so set visible is true. We also want our GUI to be centered, so set location relative to null. This means that our window will be in the center of the screen. Now we need to define the size, so set size, this is gonna be 400 by 200. Now this is your width and this is your height, right? Okay. Alright, now we need to put something in there, so we need to declare a label. So label hello equals new label, and into it we need to put in the initial string that is going to be displayed in that label. So this is going to be hello world, right? Now we need to show this label in the window, so we need to add it. But before we do that, what we can do is that we can either specify the position of the label, or we can let the layout handle it. Let the layout manager handle the position of that label. So first of all, we're gonna have set layout new flow layout. Now more information on these layouts is on the internet. I'll just show you how to get it, because if I cover everything in this, it's gonna be really hard for me. So flow layout and the API, this is your flow layout. And okay, let me cut it in short. Float layout, it will order your elements according to in the order they are added into the frame. So if I have two labels, hello and the world, it will add the and if I add hello first and world second, it will arrange them as hello first and world second. However, they all will be added into a single line, and element will drop to the second line only if the first line is completely full. So that is your flow layout. Now I'm gonna add the hello label. Now we do have many different layout managers in Java, like flow layout, border layout, and many people who need absolute control use absolute positioning in Java, which will position the elements according to their location, size and pixel. Now that is really hard to do, but it provides you the flexibility to put an element anywhere you want. So that is really true if you want to be real hardcore in Java. However, I use flow layouts and another layout called border layout, which is really helpful, which I will cover in the next not in the next session, but after this. Okay, now I've added the hello label. Now it is on the screen. Now I don't want anything else, so I'm just gonna run it by first of all saving it into my desktop. Let me see, tutorial demos, and remember the class name has to be same .java, and this is gonna saved. This is saved. Right, now we need to compile it first of all. Exit code should be 0. Oh, I forgot the semicolon in here. Compile Java. Oh man, just a bad day. Okay, compile Java. Exit code is 0. We're gonna run Java. Hello world. Now we are gonna add a button. This was our first tutorial, we have done successfully. Now in the second one, we are gonna add a button which will listen to events like click. So we need another button. Button is in the JButton class. JButton. Click me equals new J button. And now into this you put in the string which you want to be displayed initially on the button as a caption. So I'm gonna just right and click me. Now this button will just show click me, and it is on it. Now since we are using the flow layout, as soon as I add this, it will come next to the hello label in the first line. So if we compile it and if you run it, oh, what's wrong? Yes, it is there. It was just not updated properly. I don't know. Okay. Now, if you click it, nothing happens because nothing is associated into it. So what we'll do is we will click me dot add action listener this. So this whole program will listen to events occurring on click me button. So if you click it, then it will trigger an event which is in here. So in here we want hello dot set text button clicked, right? So if the click me button is clicked, then this action perform method gets executed and the hello is set text to button clicked. So F4. Oh yeah. Now we need to define these things globally, because if you define them into this method, then you can't access it from in here. So we're gonna define them globally. Like this. Right. Okay. Now 4, 5. Click me, clicked, button clicked. So this is your flow layout. I added this first and after that, so it gets arranged in that order. And as soon as I clicked it, the action perform method was executed, and hello was set text to button clicked. Now what I want is click me first and click me second. So click me first, and I'm just gonna copy this method. Click me, and this is click me second. Now what happens in this is, if you click the first button, it will say first button was clicked, and if you click the second button, it will say the second button was clicked. However, we need to identify which button was clicked. So add it click me first, and we're gonna add second, right? And here we need to identify what the source of the action was. So we need to put an if statement. If now action event E, so E dot get source equals click me 1. So this checks if the source was click me 1. I mean, if click me 1 button was clicked, then we're gonna put in, if E dot get source is click me 1, then hello dot set text first button was clicked. Else if E dot get source click me 2, which means if the second button was clicked, then hello dot set text second button was clicked. Now I saw last time that the layout was a bit small, so I'm gonna put this to 600, save it, compile it. Oh, oh, equals click me 2. This is correct. click me 1 and click me 2. What's wrong? This is an error which we need to debug. Oh, yes. I didn't close it. So these tiny strings give us a lot of pain. Believe me, a lot of pain. Click me 1 dot add action listener. And click me 2 dot add action listener. F4, compile, run. Click me, click me, click me. First button was clicked. Click me, second button was clicked. So this is this is called basics of GUI stuff. This was very basic GUI consisting of a label, button, and that's it. If you want, what we can do is that we can put a text box there, which will consist of 20 characters. And to do that, we can just change the label to a text box. So Jtextfield text box is called a text field in Java. Jtextfield, compile, run it. This is hello world. And instead of defining this, we can define here how many characters long it should be. So how many characters should be visible at the same time. So I'm gonna put in 10 in here. So F4, compile, F5, run. And this is the longer text box, and you want a longer 20. So this is what I want precisely. If I click this, first button was clicked. If I click this, second button was clicked. So this is your text field. You can edit it wherever you want. However, if you set it to set editable as false, hello, set 4, 5. No, you can't edit it. You can click it. First one was click, second one, but you can't make any changes into it. You cannot do that. It's just illegal. So this was the basics of GUI stuff. In the next tutorial, I'm gonna teach you about making a real proper GUI. And okay, let me cover one more thing in this. We're gonna do absolute positioning in it. Like we're gonna position elements using pixels. Using height and width. So it's gonna be like first we have to set the layout as null and add hello, but we need to set location hello.setLocation, which is a new dimension, 10 10. Right now hello.set. Okay, click me 1.setLocation 2020 and click oh 30 40, right? So this is gonna be a 4. Oh. Okay, we're now gonna set up any dimensions here. We might need to import something else. So right, this is it. And we did. Oh, got it. Why? Okay. Oh yeah. Right. This 4 and 5. Something's wrong. Okay, I'll call the absolute positioning part later. However, I will show you another layout, which is a border layout. the border layout is divided into screens like north, then east, then west, and then south. The main the good part of border layout is that it is organized, a lot more organized than the flow layout, and it is especially useful if you're using panels. So I'm going to define a new border layout. Alright, and I'm just going to remove this stuff. And this is our border layout, and but we need to specify where to add it. So comma border dot north. So I want to add this element to the north, so it will be added somewhere in here. This is going to be added dot center, and this is going to be added south. Right, and this is it. This is our layout. Click me, first button was clicked. Click me, second button was clicked. First button, second button. Now if you see, this is extended, like this has been stretched. For that you have to use panels, which I will cover in the next GUI part 2. GUI part 2 is a bit advanced, like panels and tabs and scroll bars and all the stuff, which all will be covered in GUI stuff too. Till then, see you later guys, and have a good night's sleep. Cheers.